So I decided to do a little mock-up on the bridge. I still don't have the detailing all finished. It still needs some sanding in a few areas, some touch-up paint, and a few other odds and ends little things that need to be done to it. I did use the Paragraphics photo etch set with the railings for the bridge, and I have also used the decals, which in some cases can be seen, and some it seems to they are being washed out, like the view screen with the LEDs. The camera can't seem to compensate for that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit and see if it'll make a difference on the exposure. No, don't think so. Let me try making a camera change and see if I can fix that. Well, I gave it a try, and nope, I can't change the settings with this little bitty camera. This is a very tiny and kind of old little handheld Sony, and it does have some problems in relation to adjusting the exposure for the video. I need to get a new camera for home that I can really control the exposure settings and everything. I have some professional cameras at work that could shoot this without any problem, but unfortunately this one's not going to give us a really good representation in relation to the lighting and everything, but you can at least see in there, and I hope it's focusing enough to at least give you a good quick overview of what it's looking like. I am going to have to work on adjusting the kit lighting parts to see if I can get light distributed more evenly inside the kit. And I may add a little fiber optic cable to the helm to be able to light up some of the console components there. But overall, the PE set for the bridge is nice. It does need a little sanding and to get it to fit just right. The decal set is nice, although most of the decals that you see here on this has come from the actual kit decals themselves. The PE set comes with decals from JT Graphics, with the majority of them allowing you to build the pilot versions of the bridge with the different surrounding view screens. You can see where that's really bright there. There's an LED right outside the bridge there. I'm going to have to see about diffusing all this light, and I may move the LEDs and make some adjustments, because the way it's set up, the communications console there, the first one adjacent to the turbo lift, that really doesn't get any light at all. And over here past the science station, it gets way too much light, and it just blows out those back computer panels that are above the console where the buttons are before you get to the view screens up on top. It just wipes them out. There's panels there with little color and everything. But I just wanted to show everyone an example of what the bridge looks like if you bother to install it, and I obviously have, and I intend to put the clear part on top so that you can see into the bridge. This is really cool that Round 2 Polar Lights gave us modelers this option, and the photo etch set with the little railings and all the detail parts from that help with light masking from Paragraphics is an excellent set, and I highly recommend it. Well, here's the bridge dome, and here's my little bridge all painted up. I could probably do a few more things to it, but I keep telling myself if I don't stop, I'm never going to stop and get moving on to the rest of the model if I keep messing with this little bridge all the time. So that I'm going to go ahead and put it into the bridge. I've gone ahead and taken out the kit windows that come with the kit and put them in for test fitting. Now, one thing that you do get with the light kit is all the clear parts that come in the normal kit. If the instructions call for them to be painted, like in this case, paint both copies of part 124 clear red, which are the very little pieces that go here, and they're shaped like this right here. They come in the kit, but if you buy the lighting kit, you get all the sprues of colored pieces that have color pieces for everything, and those pieces came on this sprue right here, and I've already removed them and gone ahead and put them here on each side of the bridge. So all I have to do is glue these in, and then I need to glue the bridge in. And for those of you who are going to ask, I'm going to do it the traditional way. The bridge will be, turbo lift will line up right here, which lines up with this. So the bridge will be offset like that, like it is in the drawings, like the technical manual, the original technical manual. So, but you can, if you want to. Round 2 has given you the option. They went ahead and put another indentation here, so you can set the bridge over like this, so it will be head on straight to the bow of the ship, with the view screen in the helm facing the bow. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and do it the traditional way, and I'm going to do that, glue these in, and then this piece will be ready to mount in the top of the saucer. All these windows, friction fit in really good for all these parts, so instead of using some regular testers, model plastic glue or epoxy or something else, or CA, what I've gone and done is I've just put some microcrystal clear from Microscale Industries underneath the parts, brushed it on, and put the pieces in, and then put some microcrystal clear around the edges and overlapping some. I've also put some microcrystal clear down in to hold the bridge in place. And when that sets up, completely dries in a few minutes, I'll just come back with my very low temp hot glue, and I'll just put a couple little dabs in on some of these pieces just to make sure that there's no way for them to ever come loose, and that way I don't have to scrape any paint off or anything like that to get a good bond between the plastics. And this part is ready, so I haven't decided if I'm going to sand these. I need to well, I probably will, but how much I need to do it, I don't think they'll need much. I may just use a slight sanding stick or a little bit of steel wool. I need to test it with the lighting and see exactly how much frosting these windows actually really need for this part. Well, here we are again, the Bussards again. Anyway, this time, and I thought I wasn't going to be back at this, but Caladonis on Sci-Fi Model Action showed in a video he did how to use one of these 12 volt to 24 volt 8 amp dimmer controls that's normally used for LED tape and such, to be used as a motor control for the fans on the Bussards for the original Series E, with the lighting kit, the motors that come in that. And I want to thank Don for that, and I want to thank Jason for letting me know about it and sending me the link about a very good price where this was available from. And here's my test of using the dimmer as a speed control on the Bussards. Now, the reason why I want to do this was I was looking at footage from the original series, and not the HD footage, the original special effects footage, and I noticed that the fan blade speed was radically different from that of the kit from round 2. So my intent is to do just a little bit of rewiring on these and place this dimmer control. Actually, I'm probably going to extend this so this is underneath a piece of plexi in my base that I'm going to build, with just this knob coming out the top, so I can control the actual fan motor speed for my original series Enterprise. Because normally the kit speed would be pretty fast. Unfortunately, the frame rate of the video camera is showing this, and it doesn't look like it's going very fast, but it actually really is. But this is going to allow me to slow it down and control both of the Bussard motors, so I can get it just the way I want it on my build. So thanks, Don. Thanks, Jason. I really appreciate the input on this, and I think overall it's going to make things look a lot better. And let me turn out the light. And of course, this is just mocked up. This is not in the nacelle, and I'm just getting ready to go ahead and close these up for the last time, so I can put them in the nacelles. But I'm pretty happy with the ability to be able to control these. So there we go. Controllable Bussard collectors in terms of the fan speed. Now that's cool. One of the next items that needs to be done is to work on the photo etch grills. These grills, which are really fine, very nice parts that come as part of the photo etch with the Deluxe Accessory Set, or you can buy it on its own. These grills will end up being installed on the nacelles at these locations. So what I'm doing is I'm taking them off of the etch piece. I'm cutting them off like I've showed before, and making sure the edges are sanded down on the connection points really smooth, and then I'm going to be cleaning those up and painting them. Well, I've got them off and all cleaned up and sanded down on the edges, so they're ready to be cleaned. So what I use to clean photo etch before I start the painting process, I use lacquer thinner that you can get at any paint store or big box hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot, that I use to clean these parts. And after I clean them, then they're ready to go ahead and paint. So what I want to do real quick is I want to just clean these using a clean piece of paper towel that I'm going to dip into the lacquer thinner and just give these parts a wash down, and then they'll be ready for painting, and then we'll do that. So I keep a little jar of the lacquer thinner around just for this purpose. And what I'm going to do is take a little piece of paper towel, and I'm going to just moisten it up really good, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to rub down these parts one after the next, and this will remove any oils or anything left over from the etching process, and any oils from my handling the pieces. And then after those are done, I'll just flip them over, get the other side. And it takes no time for these to dry, and then we'll go ahead and paint them. Now these get painted the accent color on the Enterprise, which is a Model Master medium gray, 1721. And how I'm going to paint those is I'm going to put some painter's tape on a piece of cardboard and use that to hold these in place. Now that I've got these all rinsed down, let's go ahead and put them on the board and get them ready for painting. So what I do is I take painter's tape and I'm going to put it here on this board, this piece of cardboard. This is actually a cardboard shipping envelope. And I'm going to double this over and just lay it down right here like this. And then I'm going to go get the photo etch pieces and make sure they haven't picked up any debris or anything. And that the mesh is all free of any debris. And I'm just going to lay these down. Try to check each and every one of them. And kind of lightly tap them on. I just need a slight tack for these to be held in place. I just don't want them to go flying off when I use my airbrush. And I've got one that looks like it may have a little bit of something on it, so I'm going to have to clean that off. So let me get something to clean that, and then we'll put it on there and paint it up. Okay, as I said, these parts take a Model Masters enamel medium gray, 1721. And I've already gone ahead and stirred this up. Now I've pre-thinned my enamels for this in terms of the accent color. I've already pre-thinned, if I can talk, I've pre-thinned them, and just do a quick stir on it because I was using this just a little while ago and it's still mixed up quite nicely. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it in my airbrush, and I'm going to lightly do a little off the side test of the airbrush here and make sure those are stuck down, and then I'm just going to lightly do a little dust coat of this, which I'm going to use as a primer. Now some people prime their photo etch and that works out fine. I've done it before. But when I use real tight mesh like this on a product, I generally don't like to prime it. I just like to do several real thin coats on it and then coat it with a dull coat or a clear coat to protect it. And let me shoot them from the other side. And I suppose you could go in and do this real quickly and everything, but that's all the light coat I'm going to apply to them. And I don't know if it's showing up on camera very well, but there's still a lot of brass color showing through on those. So I will go back and actually put on another 2 coats after that has some time to set up. And so I'll get a nice thin coat of paint on there, so the little brass screens, none of the holes will fill up on that. And when I'm done, of course, with the painting issues on them, and these only really need to be one-sided for this installation, so I'll go ahead and paint them a couple more times, and then I'll shoot them with a dull or gloss coat on there and get them ready for installation. here they are, all done up with 3 coats of light coats of the Model Master on them. When you're going to go lift these up, I always use an X-Acto blade to lift these up off the tape. And let me go ahead and pull this one loose so we can take a look at it and set it right there. Lift it, pick it up here, and there it is. Very nice dark gray screen, just like it's supposed to be for the model. So that's ready to be attached to its plastic mirror piece, the twin for this. You're supposed to put these right on top of the plastic piece that goes in the kit that has somewhat of a mesh screen molded into the plastic. I've also tried laying it directly onto the pylon piece itself, and it holds, but it would be very easy to bend without the back piece. So there's that, another item completed. So these are ready for installation. So as soon as I can get the nacelles closed up with motor control on the spinning fans, these can be installed. So thanks for watching, everyone.